It's not just her. Everybody's disappearing.
You know the rules, Hotness. You gotta keep off these bars.
Blah, blah, blah. All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt. I can't wait to show you my toys.
He's a psychotic antisocial freak.
What?
Careful.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So they confirm Margot Robbie is getting a spin-off Harley Quinn movie, so let's break it down. A couple pretty solid ideas about what they're going to do with it. You all probably heard that they confirm Margot Robbie is going to produce as well as develop the next Harley Quinn movie, or the first Harley Quinn movie. Technically Suicide Squad was her first movie, but she's getting her own solo movie. There are a couple pretty solid bets about what that movie is going to be. One, I think it's going to be Gotham City Sirens style, as in there will be other female characters, maybe the official Gotham City Sirens like Catwoman and Poison Ivy with Harley Quinn. But whatever the A story is going to be, the B story is definitely going to be Joker-centric, because they were two of the most popular things to come out of Suicide Squad. And now I think one of the problems is that they tried to change the type of movie it was with the editing. Like originally, they were going to do something that was a little more true to the comics, in that Joker and Harley Quinn very much together, but you get the sense that he's very abusive of her. But I think the version of the movie that ended up on screen tried to edit some of that stuff out that made him seem really terrible so that their relationship seemed more loving, even though that's not the way I read it coming out of the movie theater. But maybe that's just because I read the comics and I'm trying to read between the lines. But if you haven't read the comics and you saw the movie, maybe you had a different reading of their relationship. But based on what David Ayer has said and all the Joker stuff that they took out of the movie, like they took a ton of Joker material out of the movie, a lot of that stuff that was taken out made him seem like a way bigger dirtbag. And of course, I'm expecting to see Batman in there somewhere. Maybe not a huge part of the film, but unless they travel somewhere else for the movie, it's going to be a Gotham-centric movie, so of course you're going to run into Batman. But here's where we get into rumor mill territory, because there's been talk about the way they're reorganizing the DC movie schedule a little bit, because originally they didn't have a Man of Steel 2 on the schedule, so it sounds like they're reorganizing some of the movies that are a little further off. So the rumor is right now is that the official Suicide Squad sequel, Suicide Squad 2, won't happen for many years in favor of pushing up more solo films like Harley Quinn in The Joker. So we'll see more of the good stuff from Suicide Squad, and it'll be a little bit easier for them to sidestep some of the story issues, give them time to write a really good Suicide Squad story. Because one of the biggest problems with Suicide Squad is that David Ayer only had about 6 weeks to write his script. Usually most really good big movies like this took at least a year to write, if not more than that. So you've all heard about Jeff Johns' DC course corrections. One of the other things I think they're trying to do, just as a general rule of thumb now, is not rush films that aren't ready yet. So like not announcing movie release dates before they have a really good script in their hands. So yes, there's going to be a Suicide Squad sequel with, probably some roster changes, but the Harley Quinn movie will drop way before that. And that will enable them to follow up on some of the really big Batman stuff too, like the associated Batman backstory. So like when we saw Harley Quinn's info card, it said she was involved in the death of Robin. They will be able to follow up on that before the next Suicide Squad film. So in addition to having some more fun with a really cool character and a really good performance, Margot Robbie's performance was one of the best ones in the film. She's one of the best things about that. You can also do more world building in the DC movie universe because everything is connected, but since we've only had our first couple films, they're still building connections between all these characters. Like Superman really hasn't interacted with any of these Batman characters yet. The other Justice League members probably don't care about what's going on in Gotham or Metropolis. So once we get to Justice League next year, you'll see that spin out. We'll probably see Harley Quinn and Joker somewhere in there, or at least Easter eggs for where they're at as of the end of Suicide Squad. Because Joker broke in and busted her out, meaning they're back on Batman's radar officially. But his first task is assembling the Justice League. So I have a feeling, like if you've ever watched any version of Batman, the Bat computer has files and tracks almost everybody that's a person of interest to Batman, both villain and hero, which is why a lot of people thought it was weird in that post-credit scene for Suicide Squad that he had to get that information from Amanda Waller. Everyone's like, wouldn't Batman have already gotten that information through his own means? Really, you can chalk that up to them wanting to throw forward to Justice League for people that don't necessarily look that deep into the story. But like if you've read comics, you're like, hey, wait a minute, Batman's the world's greatest detective. He hasn't done a lot of detective work in this movie so far. But now I think that Jeff Johns is on board, kind of helping oversee all this stuff and all these characters. I think that little details like that won't slip through the cracks anymore. And they did kind of do a version of that where Amanda Waller references Batman's nighttime activities. He talks about the stuff that they were doing with Suicide Squad, so he knows about all the shady stuff she's been doing. She, being Amanda Waller, of course, knows that he is Batman. So there is a level of awareness between these characters. It's just that sometimes the moments that they've filmed that let you know that end up getting cut out of the final film. But thankfully they had stuff like this. I think my favorite part of that post-credit scene wasn't the Justice League part where he's like, me and my friends will do it. It was the part where she let him know that she knows he's Batman. That was so much fun. But let me know in the comments, what do you want to see them do in the Harley Quinn movie? Do you want to see Gotham City Sirens? I know we all want to see Catwoman come back to this universe. Even if they wanted to do Gotham City Sirens, I feel like they could do it with just the two of them, with Catwoman and Harley Quinn. Let me know, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, do you want to see them in the Harley Quinn movie, or do you just want to see a Harley Quinn Joker movie and none of those other characters? I feel like they're not going to waste the opportunity to introduce a couple more cool Batman universe characters though. But congratulations to this week's giveaway winner, Chad Benjamin. You win a gift certificate for The Flash Season 2 Blu-ray. Just be sure to private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. There is a new round that starts now. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. So we're still a couple weeks away from all the DC shows coming back, but Gotham, well, technically Gotham's coming back tomorrow. It's a DC show, but it's not really connected to the other DC shows. So I will be doing a Gotham Episode 1 video. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. premieres on Tuesday, so we got that coming back. Luke Cage is the week after that. Then the week after that, like in 2 weeks from now, that's when we get all the other DC shows. So get hype. It's going to be really awesome. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here to learn all about Batman's new costume in Justice League, and you can click here for the first couple of minutes from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that's dropping on Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.